Hey guys, hey, do you ever feel like that the world just ain't going right? Like everything that you do isn't successful? Like, why am I working this hard at something? Well, if that's you, stick around. This video is for you. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you guys have been following our channel, you know that I've had quite a struggle with making my vehicle run. So I know I'm one that's pretty quick to say I drive a Ford and I'm proud of it, and I'll rather push my Ford than drive a Chevy, make all those kind of statements, broad-ranging statements, or I'd rather drive this brand than any other brand out there. And, you know, we all make those kind of statements, and for the most part, we stick to those. I mean, if you have that ingrained in you that that's your brand or whatever, then that's what you stick with. Well, for me in vehicles, that's always been a Ford. No other reason than the fact that a Ford was the first vehicle that I had that was like reliable. Never had to touch it, just got in it and drove it, never had a problem one. Also for the fact that I was kind of raised that way, you know. That was the vehicle that I always enjoyed. So I kind of always stuck with it. I've had several of them. Drove them all to way past what anyone thinks that they should be driven. And for the most part, that's been exactly how my life's worked. I've never had one that I've had such a struggle with as I've had with the 09 4.6 liter V8. Now, I can't throw rocks at the truck. Like I said before in my previous videos, has 300,000 miles on it. What do you expect? It's wore out. I understand that. I'm gonna be honest, guys. It's kind of got me down. I've tried everything as a mechanic that I thought I could possibly do that was like cheap, economic to do, to no avail. Now, I say that I've had small successes along the way, but ultimately, I'm still not driving my truck, right? So I say all that to come back to, I'm still working on it. I put the oil pump on, solved my oil pressure problem for the most part. Still, I get a code that I can't figure out what to do with, so I've done a little more research, and I should have took care of business when I was inside of there. Honestly, that's the truth. I should have just went ahead and replaced everything while I was there. Again, even though I'd just already done it not very many thousand miles ago, about to the tune of about 50,000 miles. Because I'm thinking what is wrong is, now that I've solved my oil pressure problem, it went long enough that it took out one of my variable valve timing sprockets. So what's that mean for Dale? Well, I can do it one of two ways. I can either repeat what I just got done doing, which is take everything off the front end of it again, or, being it only shows up on one side, I can take off that valve cover on that side. I can put a wedge down in there so that the chains can't get out of time, and I can remove that one sprocket and make sure that it's all coming apart. One reason why I'm hesitant to just have done that to begin with is these are what's called torque to yield bolts. So once you torque them, then you turn them 90 degrees and you put a stretch on them, and they're one-time use. Well, I really didn't want to go through getting another bolt, going through all that, but ultimately that's where I'm at right now. I got to get figured out, or else I have a 3,500 pound rock. And I know those of you who want to make fun of me, this now is the point you make fun of me. Dale's working on his Ford again. That's fine. Go ahead. That's part of how I'm made up. I refuse to spend money on car loans and buying new vehicles. And right now I haven't saved up the money because I've been using it in other places around the farm, buying things for the farm and stuff along that lines. So I have what I have. I still have a Ranger over here that I'm partway through overhauling an engine on, and others have told me I need to focus on that, but and I'm gonna finish that project, but now I'm like obsessed with fixing this so that the problem's solved, even if that just means I fix it just enough that I can sell it and be confident that it's going to drive out the driveway for somebody. So that's what I'm going to start working on. So as I sit here and I continue working and trying again on my truck, I guess this video is about the fact that just because you fail doesn't mean that you're a failure. Just because things don't work out correctly doesn't mean it's time to close up shop and move on. Yes, I failed. Yes, I've failed more than once with this. Am I going to let it defeat myself? No, never. Never. If I get defeated from it, if I finally get to the point that I've put too much money or whatever, I know I've gave it my best effort to repair it. So, look for more to come. I'm going to try this next repair. So probably in an upcoming video, I'll be talking about that. But my whole point in this video is, as happy as I was during all of the beginning of this, by successfully putting that oil pump on, who knows, I may have to do that again at some point. I mean, I do mechanic on stuff. And just because I am a successful mechanic, I've successfully worked on stuff before, doesn't mean they're all going to be that way. Anybody that says that everything that they ever did and they fixed the very first time and they've never had a failure isn't taking a hard enough look at what they've done. Either that or they're not pushing themselves hard enough. Because if all I did was change oil on lawnmowers all day long, yeah, I could be highly successful. I mean, it's a pretty simple task once you figure it out the first time. But when you start diving off into something like this, that you may not have all the specialty tools you need, you don't have the training you need, well, that doesn't mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that you no longer are good at repairing something. It just means that you got more to learn. Hey, remember, God only made one of you. He made you special. As our great friend Cindy from Pathways always says, God made you special because he did. And it may not be your gift to work on a piece of equipment. It may not be your gift to get in front of a camera and talk like I am. It may not be your gift to get in front of tens of thousands of people and sing. Does that mean that you shouldn't sing on the radio because you're happy and you know it? That means get after it. Because we should take joy in no matter what we do. But you know, all of this, all these struggles, and everything that has come about to do with this truck, everything that we run into on the farm, anything that we have run up against lately, whether it be financially, it be mechanically with something like this, if it has to do with the animals, if we've lost some, or something that was out of our control, or something that was in our control that we just didn't do a good job at. or something that was not even in our control, I still always refer back to verses from the Bible that help encourage and support me. And some of those verses, have been used a lot that you've probably heard before, even if you're not a follower of Christ, which if you do follow our channel, you will fully understand that we are followers of Christ here. If you don't know the Lord, I would encourage you to do some looking into that. But that helps strengthen me when I run into obstacles like this. One of those verses that always comes to my mind is Philippians 4:13. And from the King James Version, that reads, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. That verse has been said millions of times. I know songs are about that. We see that written on artwork that you can buy in a big, large box store. But if you've ever really mined out the meaning to those words in that voice, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. So that's telling me, as long as I am with Christ, I have all the strength I need. I have all the strength I need to repair this. I have all the strength I need to make this successful, this farm. I have all the strength I need to be successful at my job. As a husband and as a father, I have all the strength I need to be the best that I can for my family. It's powerful words when you think of it that way. And to go right along with that, I just heard this verse in a song just this last week that I would have never thought I would have heard it in. And it's a rap song, a country rap song. But it's great verse that they bring out here. It's 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Y'all keep that in your head. Fear doesn't come from God. Fear doesn't come from Christ. Fear comes from the evil one. Move away from the fear. He gives us love. He gives us power to face day to day in this world. And he gives us a sound mind. He gives us the proper thoughts to work our way through problems like this. He gives me a sound mind to be able to diagnose what I have going on. He gives us a sound mind to make it through our day-to-day life. He always encourages us with that love. And that's what we're here to do for you with our channel. Hey, if there's anything that we can help you with as far as praying for you, praying for your salvation, praying for you in the little struggles you have, leave us a comment. Our email's on our About page. Send us a few words of what your daily struggle is or what you're struggling with. We'd love to pray for you guys. I hope that this has been an encouragement to you. I know I feel better after filming this for you guys. It's something that the Lord has really laid on my heart in the last week. And I'll tell you about encouragement. When we got downhearted about our channel, we really prayed to the Lord, and we started spending a lot of time confessing of His love and His saving grace to all of you throughout this channel. And with that, and under a year's time, we can say that we have succeeded a goal here. We are now have our 1K and our 4,000 watch hours to become a monetized channel. Guys, thank you for that. It's so encouraging. It makes me want to bring you more content. And it makes me want to do better about the content that I bring you. I can't begin to express to you how much that your words of encouragement feed us into trying to provide you better and better and more content. That same word of encouragement is every day in that Bible. Get in there and read it. Till we see you again, God bless you. We love you. And the Lord and Savior loves your soul and is here to save you.